Hello and welcome to this shit.
As you may have guessed, we don't want to put up with it either.
Yeah, but here's another game for your entertainment. Let's get started.
Do we have to?
Yes.
Okay.
Unless you want to play a game as opposed to post-commentate.
Oh god. Anyway,
Yeah.
so we've got HierarchARiA in the bottom playing the bugs, that's purple, and we've got Azrael playing the Jur as teal. And we've got the best matchup for Azrael as the Jur, where we are facing a bugs and a Protoss combination. Why? Because Widow Mines.
Yes, it's kind of a known fact that Widow Mines tend to fuck up Protoss shields very, very nicely, even with the splash damage. I think it actually does double damage in terms of shields with the splash, but not quite as badly with the primary target. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but Widow Mines do indeed pwn Protoss. Protoss also tends to have a lot of expensive units, so that high base damage from the mine, or I guess base spell damage from the mine, will fuck up a lot of units, and there won't be enough Protoss left around to take advantage of the mine's cooldown.
Yeah. So we've got the Zerg expanding, which we approve of, but we don't approve of them expanding to the stupid location in the middle of the summer.
Yeah, usually a intelligent Zerg will take the expansion out back. I don't exactly understand the point of this. Is it to make place for the Protoss to expand himself, or just like an act of cockiness?
Yeah, we don't know either.
Yeah.
So we've got the standard expansion from the Zerg, HierarchARiA here, and we've got the I don't know what I'm doing build from Azrael because he doesn't actually play the Jur. So
this transfer from Zerg, I don't exactly understand this. Yes, it is nice to transfer from the main to the expansion, if the expansion is a gold, but it's actually really, really vulnerable out here as opposed to the safe one out back. And also, you do have to realize that your transferring does lose a little bit of money, and it does take a little bit to make up for it. If you're doing a double inject, then that will pay for itself, but he is not doing a double inject right now, so I feel like he's not really making use of these minerals. He did just put down a Baneling's Nest right now, so what he needs right now is gas and not a lot of minerals, really.
yeah,
That gold really helps with the double inject. It helps with getting a third base and something of that sort.
yeah. Although I'd just like to point out the red Zerg's decal is currently Grumpy Cat, which I like. Anyway, so we've got let's see, an engineering base going down for Azrael as well as a factory, two factories, and another orbital. Why on one base? Who knows? So we've got HierarchARiA not really packed the double inject, about to go nibble down a hatchery.
I don't actually remember if I nibbled down this hatchery. I just remember there was some nibbling going on. Banelings, of course, it does tell the lane garbage to fuck off quite nicely, but I didn't really expect the lane garbage to do that much, considering how you can always fall back on the Protoss for a bunch of bullshit. That's really what I don't like about twos, or one of the many reasons why I don't like twos, is because your early garbage you can always fall on your ally to deal with, sort of, but you can't really fall on them too much. That's like it completely nullifies garbage. It is still the most effective way to win games if you both of you garbage, so it kind of works against us in basically every single way possible.
Anyway, we've also got a lot of stuff going on here. Some lings up here, some lings over there. Banelings going over to deal with it. We've also got this mega Artosis silo over here. And it looks like the opponent's Protoss is going for charge research at the moment. I don't know. I would go for charge without upgrades. It makes no sense. It looks like they're also going for +1, and if this Baneling detonates, it would be very impressive, but it's not going to.
There was a very depressing detonation a little bit ago, but that's one of the reasons why I hate Zerg versus Zerg. It's just like this Baneling garbage. You can see it happening right over there. Although
I do have to commend him, though, for that Baneling placement. It did very well.
Yeah.
Okay,
Although a lot of gas has been spent on Banelings, so the Garbelisks has been delayed, unless of course Protoss feeds. Again, there's a lot of bullshit it can abuse in 2v2s, except we're nice people, we're not pricks, so we don't abuse shit like that. Also, if we wanted to do that, then we would be wanting to win as opposed to get quality content to upload, which really there isn't much of these days.
So we've got a Viking here to clean up the overlords that are currently overlording around our base, which we don't want to be observed because Screechek and CM. We've also got some Widow Mines placed up front as well, 2 Seek tanks just in case they were planning on going for the floor gate Baneling plus garbage, which we
Which actually happens quite a lot and way more than it really should.
Yeah, here's Azrael building his third and fourth command centers off one stage.
Azrael likes to get extra orbital commands and extra factories when doing the Whittle Mine build. I'll say the Azrael Whittle Mine build. It's sort of more patented than my double inject because not as many people make pure mines, and not anyone I have ever ran into makes mines like Azrael. They do not make 6 extra orbitals for scans. They do not get 7 factories.
Yeah. So we've got High Templar and Storm Research for the Protoss. I don't really understand why he's going Zealot Archon against the Jur. It's probably the worst tech choice they can make. Colossus, even air units might be better. So we've got the Spores coming up. It doesn't really matter. Garbalists are not meant to kill things. Well, this number they're not. In this number they're going to crap out of you. However, they do get some Overlord kills. Yay.
And Banelings.
Yep.
I
So
think they're also going to get this core value, so we don't exactly remember because we played this game quite a bit ago. I think maybe 3 days from time of recording, and probably like 10 days from upload. I don't really know how much content I have left. I would seriously have to go look that up.
Yeah.
But
Anyway,
one thing to note is that this is our promotion match into Diamond. At that. Yeah, I don't know how we trashed our way into Diamond, but somehow we did trash our way into Diamond.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we're gonna hit GM because multiplayer doesn't have GM, but we probably might run into Masters. Who knows? So we've got the Mutalisk versus Mutalisk, always very exciting. Not really competitive and that's boring.
So in recent times, the word exciting have taken a very, very negative connotation when relating to StarCraft events. Probably because of worker killing and the recent expansion and the direction it's moving in. But don't ever say exciting when it comes to StarCraft if you want it to sound good.
So we've got Protoss with 55 pros, Red Zerg with 61, HierarchARiA with 54 drones, surprisingly, and Azrael with 50 workers. But to be fair, Azrael is making his ISO.
Can you turn the frames down? I'm losing frames.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, can you turn the speed down? I do not want you to turn down the frames anymore. So a lot of workers have been killed right now, but I am losing a little bit of Garbalist count to this. I would say it's worth it just because, well, you know, killing workers. It has a way of snowballing because Zerg is a little bit better because they do have the larva mechanic, but while the more workers you lose, the more time it takes to start making those workers. So you're losing a lot more mining time, and it's not really something that you take into account when you count the worker loss. Like, yes, you do count the mining time, but you don't count the cumulative mining time from like not building workers because another worker is in queue. And that's really what makes worker killing really a bitch. On top of everything else, that's a bitch about worker killing.
Yep. So the Protoss is transitioning into air for some reason. Not for some reason, probably to deal with the Garbalist. It looks like they give you Phoenixes here and there.
Yeah, and we're convinced at this point that Red is being fed.
Yeah.
Although at this point he is on 3 base, whereas I am on 3 base.
No, he's on 4 base.
He's on 3. Oh yeah, he is on 4, and I guess he's mining out gas, so maybe he's not being fed. We're not really sure.
Yeah.
We like to accuse people of being fed.
4,000 minerals. So we've got the Phoenix on patrol. Of course, they're going to get shot by the Widow Mine and the turrets, and you know, lose all their health. And then we're going to see them get shot by another Widow Mine.
Of course, the Protoss units, they're going to lose all their health and shields to Widow Mines.
So we've got some really dented Phoenixes at the moment, and they decide to think again about flying into the base, and then they're like, nah, fuck it. And they get shot by
let's take another Widow Mine just there, and one more gets shot down by a Tirot. They're going to run into Tirots, they're going to run into Widow Mines, they're going to run into everything, they're going to run into that Queen. If I didn't inject there, maybe I would have killed another one, but 3 of these do manage to get out. We'll see how long they take before they die. I don't remember seeing Phoenix in these games late on, so I'm going to keep them selected. We'll see what happens to them. They might stay in the corner, actually.
Yeah, we've got 50 red Garbalists on the map. 50. Holy crap. Unfortunately, they've only got +1 armor, which is a surprisingly intelligent choice because most people tend to go for the attack, which is a bad idea.
Yeah, but I decided to go for the even more intelligent choice of getting Infestors at this point. Infestors are something that most people forgot existed. Control over here, not the best from my part, but they got the job done. I mean, if I go down these Garbalisks, they're gonna die. Just from like pure fungal damage alone, it'll take probably 6. I think I'd probably cut that down if you like have a little bit better control with them, but with the regeneration and everything, I don't think it really matters that much. And right now the Garbless count is looking at for a red player for 7.
Which is very impressive.
Yeah, purple also have 7, although the main thing is that no investors are really lost for purple. I also have the Link garbage against the Bob garbage. At this point, Bob has +2, so they would be cleaning up the +1 armor Lings.
We've also got the Widow Mine getting burrowed back and forth to end the SCVs being wheedled around to wheedle that one Bob to its trip back to Ire. We've got a whole load of Lings being made, 150 red Lings on the map. Holy crap.
It just really does not like my frames this game. Like, first of all, we make creep out of 2 Zerg players, although I haven't been spreading creep. I'm not exactly a big fan of spreading creep. I'm a believer that, yeah, it gives you vision, but like really after connecting your initial bases, it doesn't really do much in a 1v1, and judging by the amount of garbage, it just doesn't do shit, period, in 2v2s.
Not at our level anyway. Sure, with like Taser's level or Scarlet's level, having that extra speed boost or whatever makes the difference, but for us it's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, so Garbless count still at 7 for red and 7 for purple. This amount of garbage isn't really gonna do much, or Garbalisk's garbage. I probably will catch a few of these. Yes, I do catch a few of these. I don't know if red player wanted them to die to free up some supply. It is sort of a good idea, I guess, to soak up damage with the Oversleers, but a lot more damage is being dealt out by the fungal growth, so purple ended up winning that. I don't know why I'm analyzing this like an actual 1v1 that involves thought. A 1v1 wings, because this is the exact opposite of a 1v1 wings, although I should be careful of saying that, because we do have lots of outs. Interesting thing to note.
On the field, along with 7 mules being dropped right now, and a bunch more orbitals also being built.
Yeah, this is actually a lot of STVs. There's 23 STVs at this expansion over there. Probably should transfer some over. But yeah, we did see Contaminate being used over there on the hatchery. Not a spell that you see very often. Not many people know what it looks like.
What?
We had Contaminate on my expansion going on.
Oh. Does that mean you can't return to it?
No, that means it doesn't produce larva.
Okay,
it
so
seizes all functionality if you use Contaminate on it. And in terms of hatchery, that means you can't... I'm pretty sure the inject stops working on it, right, and it won't normally generate larva.
Over here and Widow Mine burrow.
I think they would have been better not sort of going back on them.
Yeah, well, let's watch.
Oh, that's a lot of Lings.
Very strategically placed Widow Mines that happened completely by accident, of course. We've got the mobs headed towards them as well, and the mobs promptly sent back to Ire.
So I'd like to mention that these should be diamond level players, am I correct?
Probably.
Yeah, so these diamond level players send in probably 100 Lings to try and take out this hatchery, ran through a bunch of Widow Mines, still decided to focus it down, lost 100 Lings just to take down a hatchery. I don't know if that's good in terms of 1v1. I know definitely you should not try to focus it down if it costs you that many units. Although at that point, like there really wasn't much you could have done. Probably scouting would have done better than trying to take down a hatchery. I just really don't approve of like focusing, because it seems like it makes you such a prick.
Well, 1v1 would have made a difference, I guess.
I think these mobs still have plus. Yeah, they do have +3, so they're gonna tear through that Lings rather quickly. Although I do have the Infestors, I do have the Muta, so they're gonna start working on that. Eventually, gonna clean up all the Bobs. I think with Infestor support, it sort of nullifies the +1. Lings aren't gonna die any more slowly, but the Bobs are going to be dying a lot more quickly, so it sort of evens it out, I guess.
So of course, the Zerg has been throwing away supply for a reason. They're Lings. They've taken on, I don't know, steroids of some sort, and it's grown to very, very large proportions.
Yes. And there's actually quite a lot of them, so I actually forgot how exactly that happened. Falitos are on the move again. They're gonna actually fly over this Widow. No, they got fungled. They got fungled, and then they got pwned by the thing they're supposed to be effective against.